Yeah, guys, figured I'd make a little guide to kind of show some of those newer players how to play jungle. Not going to be doing anything super fancy, not going to be doing any of those crazy tricks, just nice, simple, basic jungle clear. I'm going to kind of be explaining my thought process on what I'm doing and, so on.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Like right here, for example. Biggest tip I can give, and this goes for just about every role, don't be a jackass. If your teammates openly admit that they don't know how to play their champ and it's just a normal game, perfectly fine, let them learn. Take the hit, no problem, guys. But typically, whichever side of the jungle you start on, blue or red, really just depends. Looks like I'm getting invaded, so I'll probably actually end up rotating over to their red if they do invade me. But, yeah, usually you want your top to help you out with the leash, but it looks like mine's not gonna, so it's fine. I'm on a champ that has a nice little bit of self-sustain, so this will make life very easy for me. But yeah, depending on red or blue, I mean, it really just depends on what character you're playing. Since I know Voli is a pretty mana-dependent champ, I like to get blue out of the way pretty quick early on. I'll go ahead and pop a refillable pot real quick. Get that nice little heal. Start my shield. Generally, champs that have a lot of great self-sustain are amazing junglers. They also can typically go up in top lane. For the most part, top lane and jungle are pretty interchangeable characters. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just full clearing my top side. That way I'll know I'll hit level 3 before I get down there to red, just in case anyone tries to invade me. I'll have a little bit of a power spike. Typically you don't want to focus on the big mob 2 at camps. You want to take down the little ones, just so that way you have a much healthier kind of clear. Same rule applies for chickens and wolves. Pop my potion as I'm running down. I actually forgot to swap in my Ghost for Flash. Flash is generally the safer option to take, but Ghost is good if you want to kind of play more aggressive, get those ganks early on. I know they have this warded, so I'm going to just put that right there in case Hecarim comes around the corner. There we go. And I'm running right over to chickens. In case you haven't noticed, I have not actually done my smite yet. Right there. Easy kill. Gonna get a double here. Always watch the map, guys. Always keep an eye on the map so that way you can get a nice little pick if you want to. And typically try and let your laners know if you're coming to gank. Make sure to use those pings, guys. The reason I'm going for bot scuttle first too is because it gives nice little kind of vision for Dragon Pit. Make sure that I have a little bit more control of the map. It looks like Hecarim has cleared blue side, so I'm going to go ahead and just get that out of the way. That way they can't use it for me whenever the dragon spawns. Heading down here so I can grab this. It's all good. They're going to get some nice little poke on him. And see right there, I didn't want to overcommit because he was too close to the turret and my teammates were a little bit on the lower end. So figured I would just pop in, got his flash out of it. That's perfectly fine. All I wanted. I don't want to chase those kills. I at least burned his summoner. Now I know next time I go to gank he won't have it. Just always remember too, guys, to farm. So all I'm trying to do right now is just make sure I'm a higher level than their jungler. Because basically how smite works is the higher level you are, the more damage it's going to deal. So if you ever get into a smite off, you should be good to go generally. Epic little snare there from Lux. He actually came from my jungle, so he probably just counter invaded me. But since I know he's top side, I'm going to actually head bot right now to get dragon. Not really going to be a super safe choice because I know that my bot lane just left, but with Xerath already almost there, I figured I might have a good little opportunity to do this. The first dragon is pretty weak usually. You can typically burn it down on most junglers by themselves. Pop the health potion. So I like to run the trinket for a little while in the beginning, the warding trinket, instead of the red sweeper, just because I know they won't have a lot of wards out right now. Looks like actually since bot is pushing, I can come get a nice little easy gank on them. Ganking bot lane is going to be pretty hard. These two have a lot of mobility to get them in and out of fights. I'm not too worried about this. I'm going to get a slow on him. Still take this fight. The reason I wanted to take that fight was because I knew Xerath had my back there. If Xerath wasn't there, I was going to have to pull back. But since Xerath was following me in, it was a pretty easy kill. Looks like they got a pink ward there in that bush. I'm going to deal with that later. I'm going to head mid, help her out. She's out. It's a little bit risky, but sometimes you gotta risk it, you know?
The soil hungers for blood.
Gonna try and hit level 6 real fast. Nice little bonus too to having the smite is the fact that it'll heal you if you have to use it on a on a creep. So I know I can take this thing while pretty low. And now that I have this, I'm going to run over here, pound on this a little bit, and I'm going to head top to slow the Mordekaiser's push. Sorry about that. He got the TP, so I'm going to actually back off now. I think he still has his ult, so I'm just going to do a poke and back off. Whenever you see the icons go to yellow, that means they're about to respawn. Hecarim might be near. Morb is coming back. But yeah, I'd say probably 50 to 60% of your jungle gameplay is going to be you just watching the screen, or watching the minimap. Vlad may die here. Nah, he's good. Fine, I can take the Akali if she comes.
On your heart. Really wasn't wanting the Vlad to die there. Right now I want to just shove the lane in after I got those kills. That way Mord gets denied the feed. With Ponyboy coming, I'm going to pop a slowdown for him and I'm going to get out. If he dives me, since I picked the blue Stalker's Blade, it actually causes a slow effect on my smite for an enemy champion. So that'll be good for me getting in and out of fights. Now, the items you build generally depend on the champ you're playing, as per usual. But since I'm running Volibear, I'm actually doing a bit of a weirder build. I'm doing a lethality build on, or a lethal tempo build on him. And these are my runes. I love the movement speed runes from the blue tree, because it just helped me get around the map easier. But yeah, since I'm playing Volley, I'm basically rushing the Ginsu's Rage Blade. Helps me substantially because it stacks with my passive. She can get the snare here. Easy kill. There we go.
I'm getting pretty big already, so I'm going to actually head over into clear this board real fast and start setting up for some dragon dominance. Looks like Hecarim's not even around here, so that's great. I'm going to head back mid. Never mind, we got him easy. That's fine. This is actually an incredibly easy game. This is going really good for us, thankfully. Volibear's ult lets you actually disable turrets. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to go in. I wanted to slow him, got the flash. Nice little picks right there. Not quite enough, so it's all good. This is one of my favorite spots to ward blue side for them, just because it actually gives me pretty much plenty of time to see if they're coming in. And remember, if one of your teammates takes one of your camps, that's fine. At this point, I really don't need it. I'm so far ahead. One of the nice advantages also, I'm not going to waste my smite on it. I know no one's coming. One of the nice advantages to grabbing these scuttles is the fact that whenever you take them, they give you a large chunk of mana back. So it's really nice to kind of recover that mana you're missing. Also, they're worth incredible XP early on. So that's why you generally want to kind of go for them as soon as you can. But as you guys can probably tell, I'm just farming, and then I occasionally pop into lane whenever I see something like this happening, so it relieves pressure off of my teammate. I'm not necessarily popping into lane to get the kill, I'm just popping into lane to make sure my teammate doesn't die. Yeah, had a bit of a suspicion he might be over here because he wasn't appearing on the map for a while. When you're fighting Herald, again, this is a great tip for beginners. You can actually ping it after you pick it up to see how long you have on it. And also, when you're fighting it, an eyeball will appear on its back periodically. If you hit it in the rear, it'll take a huge chunk of true damage. So that's the best way to kind of deal with it quickly. So always try and fight it on the backside. If you can't get to the backside for whatever reason, just fight it on the front. You'll see it rear back to do a hit. When it does that hit, it'll automatically put the eyeball facing you. Now, always kind of check the scoreboard a little bit. Check to see how big the lane is that you're going for. I know Mordekaiser is hard to gank just because he has his ult right there. Hopefully I dealt enough damage for the Vladimir to be able to take this fight. So just in case, I'm going to float around. Get that slow. Not too worried about this turret, because I can just disable it. Whiff my disable, but still works. Tell Black, good job. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't pop the Eye of the Herald right there. Just because I didn't want to really stick around for the fight. I don't know where anyone else is on the map. I don't know where mid lane is. I don't know where Hecarim is. So, well, now I know where Hecarim is, bot lane. But if we'd have plopped Herald down up there, we probably could have gotten the first turret, but not much afterwards. I personally like to kind of hold it until we get to the second turret. That way we can very quickly take it from the mid-second turret to the third turret. Popping Herald in the top or bot lane typically will just get it killed before it even reaches the second turret. Just because of how much longer the lanes are. And now that Lux is close enough, I'm going to go for a nice, easy gank right here. Got her slowed still. I knew she hopped the wall to get those, fine. Smite that, get my health up. Kite around, flash in. Easy. So must it be. big part of that was me just trusting in the Lux to have my back. She's gonna try and fight me. I'm honestly just far too fed for her to get away with it. The reason I killed her there was red buff. Does a passive DOT. If they want to just keep running at us one-on-one, that's fine. No problem. Dang it. Tried to get him before he did it. I'm gonna wait right here.
A feast for the earth.
The main reason I waited around for that was because I knew that no one could really stop me if I engaged the Mord after he popped out. Now typically if there's like a big team fight and something's going on, let the Mord kind of do his own thing, just so that way you can focus on what really matters, and that's winning the team fight and keeping your team alive. Might sound horrible, but losing a teammate is better than losing your whole team because you're so focused on dealing with the Mord when he pops out. Got her slowed so the lightning doesn't miss. Easy little rake. And we're gonna get this turret and then we're gonna pull back. Even if you have a massive lead, it's not really worth just over-committing to do anything there. And since both lanes have them pushed out, that's great. We're gonna go to Dragon. Objectives are by far the most important thing, guys. You can chase kills all day. Anyone in any lane can really just do that. It's great. Getting kills is fine, but objectives win games. Remember. And since I'm so big, I don't need this red buff anymore. I'm going to give Dilution. Well, looks like Hecarim might have AFK'd. One way or another, I do believe this game was going to be a win, so not too shabby. And since I'm starting to kind of snowball a lot personally, I just really like Blade of the Rune King. One of my favorite items. I build it on everybody. Don't judge. So I'm actually going to grab that. I'm going to get ready to take Baron too. I should be able to solo it at this point. Although honestly, if I join right here, we'll be able to win. Lux is doing great denying them from being able to get in there and engage our team. Valkyrie ADC, no problem there. All good. One turret down. I'm going to rush the other. Yeah, there it is. So yeah guys, that's kind of my basic early wave clear. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that little jungle guide I made for the beginners. Really hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you did, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you guys want to see any other kind of guides, any other videos in that category, just let me know. I'll do whatever I can. I want to make League a bit more of a friendly, inviting place for new players. So yeah, if you got any ideas, just let me hear about them. And if you like the video, maybe leave a like, leave a sub. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.